In the spring of 2020, America was being disrupted by more than COVID. The murder of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer sent people into the streets across the country to draw attention to a different kind of pandemic, violence directed at African American men and women. In response to this American Day of Reckoning, Baltimore-based composer Alicia Lees wrote a call to action, this song, Say Her Name. If you say the name, you're prompted to learn the story. And if you know the story, then you have a broader sense of all the ways Black bodies are made vulnerable to violence. These are the names and stories we whisper.
Latasha Walton was the primary provider for her two children and mother. In 2019, she was pulled over for a minor traffic infraction. When she drove away from the stop, the officer pulled his weapon and fired 6 shots into her car, killing her. We whisper her name to grieve her loss and loss of so many others. When ordinary circumstances escalate out of control, and tragically, when one of your bodies is armed.
Michelle Cousteau suffered from depression, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia. On the afternoon of August 14, 2014, after a cab she had called failed to arrive, Michelle called a local behavioral health provider for assistance. A manager found Michelle's comments to be threatening and called the Phoenix Police Department. Michelle refused to admit 4 PPD officers into her apartment upon their arrival. When the police began attempting to remove the security door to her apartment, Michelle opened it holding a hammer. A white police sergeant shot Michelle at point-blank range in the chest, killing her. We whisper her name as a reminder that mental illness is not a crime punishable by death.
Breonna Taylor was an EMT living in Louisville, Kentucky. She was only 26 when 7 police officers executing a midnight no-knock warrant on the wrong home on suspects who were already in police custody forced entry into her home. She was shot 8 times and killed at the scene. We whisper her name as a call for changes in laws, policies, and procedures that lead to such horrific outcomes.
Sandra Glenn was driving alone when she was pulled over on a routine traffic stop in Waller County, Texas, a community renowned for rampant racial profiling. The encounter escalated and she was arrested and placed in the county jail where, unable to post bail, she remained for 3 days. She died there on July 13, 2015, by hanging. Shots could be heard at the protests that erupted following her death. If I die in police custody, make sure that I'm remembered. We whisper her name and remember her.
Ryan Milton was a Black trans woman living in Cincinnati. While attempting to steal her car, 2 men and a 14-year-old girl shot her. It would be easy for Raya to fade into obscurity. We whisper her name in an effort to keep her case out of the darkness and to remember the hundreds of trans women of color who have been victims of murder.
Rekia Boyd was only 22 when she was killed by an off-duty police detective who fatally shot her in the back of the head with an unregistered gun while she and a group of friends were in a public park. Rukia and her friends were all unarmed. The incident began when the officers started shouting at Rukia and her friends about making too much noise. We whisper her name to remember that though her life was taken, her voice was not.
Say her name, say her name, say her name. She cannot be forgotten by us. Say her name, 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 say her name. Say her name, she cannot be forgotten by us. Say her name, say her name, say her name, say her name. Put her name in the air. 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 Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. Say her name. She cannot be forgotten by us. Say her name. 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 Say her name, say her name, she cannot be forgotten by us. Say her name, say her name, say her name, say her name.
Sandra Bland. Rhea Miller.